Mm.
What up? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Uh, we're already streaming. I'm
Oh,
trying
I
to
know.
share the link to um the group, and YouTube's acting kind of weird right now. So whatever. It's been a long ass week. Oh, I like your hair.
Appreciate it,
Coming in
man.
nicely.
Yeah, it just got it done,
You
actually.
just got it done? Nice.
like 30 minutes ago.
We normally have our stuff on Wednesdays, but we had to delay to Friday because Nick needed to get his hair done. You heard it here first.
That's what you know. What I'll let you have it. Go ahead. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I'm such a prima donna that I had to cancel the episode so I can marry it. Yes, that's exactly what it is.
That's what happened. That's the story, and that's how that's gonna be. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not the guy who's carrying flowers and going to bachelorette parties or anything like that. He's not the prima donna. It's all me. It's all me.
That's exactly it. That's so funny. Oh man, it's good to see you, man. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've done this.
It's been very difficult. I mean, you hear how I sound right now, right? A little nasally.
Oh boy, what's up?
I'm getting over.
Did you get the COVID?
Don't do that. I did not get COVID.
Yeah.
But you know, the girls brought something home. So
you brought you a gift?
You know, once they bring it home, then everybody gets a taste.
That's family for you right there. Sharing is caring.
It's a family affair all the
time. Yeah, that's crazy.
Family affair.
That's so funny. Did you create the whatchamacallit first?
I did.
You didn't? That's fine. I just posted on the Facebook chat, and let's go. I don't know why it's acting all slow today, but whatever.
It's all good. We'll catch them. Everybody will catch the episode on Anchor anyway.
On Anchor, yeah. I had a few people ask me like, "What's happening? What's up? I haven't seen the episode in a while. Did you go on break?" So
yeah, that's exactly what we did. Thanksgiving, just
no, it's rough. It's rough. We should actually, it's so funny. We already have like what we're gonna discuss, but we should have just talked about the obvious, Thanksgiving, right? As one of our
things.
We can try to we'll squeeze it in at the end because I already listed what our topics are gonna be. But let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to the Targeted Podcast. It's been a couple weeks. I am Sahid. That is Nicholas. Thank you guys for joining us today. It's I could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with us. So I appreciate that. So we were off for a couple weeks and shit hit the fan. As per
Lot
usual.
happened. It
Lots
always
happened.
happens like when we're like, I'm tired, I've got work,
Yeah.
and then like
Let's take a break, and then like everything like freaking falls like on its face again. So yeah,
it's clear that the world needs us.
exactly. If we keep doing these episodes, like the world's a better place, right? So it sounds legit. Sounds right to
That's
me.
what I'm going with. That's exactly what I'm going with.
Let's do that. So speaking
let's
about the
start
world,
off with this
speaking about the world being a mess right now, let's
shooting.
let's talk about the shooting in Michigan.
My
Right?
God.
Yeah. So
first of all, let me just. I'm not even going to go into what happened. The first thing that I just want to talk about is the picture that they put out of this kid, because I don't know about you. It's not like I'm sitting here at home like watching the evening news or CNN or whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of my headlines, like I go out and read, or I subscribe to different things to get my headlines or whatever. So when I heard about the shooting, I saw the headline and then I saw the picture of the kid, right? And they posted a picture of the kid like this.
Oh.
And I was like, this little saint went and shot up this school. And then I saw the mugshot.
I did not see the mugshot.
Totally different. It is funny, like the mugshot, at least for me, like I didn't see the mugshot till, a little while after, like when it was first reported. I just saw, the kid, I guess the picture from, I guess he was in elementary school or junior high school or whatever. And yeah, man, I was just like, good Lord, this kid looks like a freaking psycho in this mugshot here. Right.
So did you also hear that his parents are being charged with manslaughter?
It's not direct manslaughter. It's like it's something
like
else. It's not
like negligence or something.
Yeah.
So no, his parents are they've been charged, right? With involuntary manslaughter.
There it is.
Right?
I was trying to figure out the word. Yeah.
And they're on the run right now. Right? Like there's a manhunt looking for them. Manhunt underway for suspected Michigan shooter's parents, right? And apparently, according to like the Fox News, like the lady, his mom texted him, "Don't do it," before like the shooting happened, right?
That's why they have grounds to charge him, because if you know the kid, is going to go do something, and all you do is like, "Oh, please don't do it," and you don't just like, stop him from leaving, take the gun away, maybe.
Yeah, or call the police, right, or something.
Warn the school, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, it's nuts because apparently the gun that he used was bought only a couple of days earlier.
Yes.
Right? Like the gun that was used was bought a couple of days earlier.
And he posted it on his Instagram account. He said, "This is the gun I'm going to use to do it." And then later on, he posted, was it the day before? He was like, tomorrow I become death, or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, just an unspeakable tragedy, man. I mean, heartfelt prayers out to the families.
Yes. So one of our colleagues actually knows members of that family, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So he lives in Michigan, and he knew some of the people that was killed. So it's just very unfortunate. And it's good that it's good that whoops, and I am just
Can you mute your Pornhub tab, please? I appreciate it. Thank you.
No, I was kind of trying to follow us on YouTube, but
listen, I know COVID's been a hard time for some of you single folks out here, man. The drought is real. I understand.
You would know you would know the half.
You can't just run out here and meet somebody. It's almost like do you have any STDs? Or have you been vaccinated? Like it's just, it's the same thing. It's the same question you have to ask now. It's
the same question.
You have to.
It is. Well, yeah. That's
have you had COVID yet? Have you been out of the country? Have you had unprotected sex lately? Have you been to South Africa with this Omicron variant?
All right, so moving on back to the Michigan shooting. Yeah. So no, yeah, no, it's a very unfortunate tragedy, and definitely heart goes out to all anyone who's involved. Hopefully, it renews the topic on gun control, but I'm sure that'll be silenced in like 2 seconds because
dude, do me a favor. Can you look this up? I was watching some news clip. Supposedly, this kid pled not guilty to murder. What's his name? Crumbly. He pled. He's pleading.
Yeah,
not guilty.
I didn't hear the plea. Wasn't that the case with what's his face, the kid that shot up the school in Florida too, right? He pled not guilty.
I mean, they
had a trial
for the particulars of that case, but this one, dude, you're on camera.
Yeah.
Right?
Just waste everyone's time. It's like, not guilty. It's like, we have your social media accounts.
Bro.
Saying that you're going to be doing this.
Advertised what you wouldn't do. You literally scheduled the shooting. Get out of here.
Yeah. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. All right. So from one case to another.
This is one that really, this next one really, I really took this one, I think, very personally, more so than some of the other cases with this Ahmad Arbery case, just because of the fact that, I go running. I think we spoke about this before, right? I go run. And he was out there running it, and he was just gunned down, right?
Yeah.
And so now the 3 men have all been charged and convicted.
Yeah. Mind you, they have not been convicted of racial crimes. Like there's still a federal investigation pending on that, whether it's actually racially motivated, which obviously it was, but there's still that investigation as well. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I know one of the gentlemen got slightly lesser charges because he didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, he just
the other 2 guys did. But I'm just glad that there was at least some sense of justice for this particular case.
Yeah,
because that kid was murdered, man, and they were trying to paint him, the victim, as something else, using whatever they could from his past or whatever to make it seem like he was. What the defendant said.
The defendant said, the defense attorney, she used racial tropes, just because he wears khaki pants, but to hide his long, dirty toenails or something like that.
Yeah,
that truly amazed me. Really, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Who says that? Right? Seriously?
Only in America, baby.
21? We're still on this? So.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Yes, we are. Big time.
It's just nuts. That's the case. So, yeah, we are where we are with that. I would say the prosecutor for that case, did her thing. She was on the ball with that.
They handled this one correctly.
Yeah, they handled this one correctly.
Can't say that about the next case.
The next case we're about to talk about, which is why I had them back to back like this, right? No, but this case, was kind of cut and dry. They didn't the like the defense, he didn't come off like a lot of people were arrested too. Like the prosecutor that was like first, like that first had this case that they like pushed it. She's like being charged as well. I was reading a little bit about how the defendants didn't really seem super trustworthy as much, right?
Yeah.
But again, the prosecutor like did their thing, and apparently there was no impediment from the judge or from anyone else to kind of on what was said in like
Well,
in
you
that
had
courtroom.
you had a competent judge, is what it sounds like.
Yeah,
An
yeah.
objective judge.
An objective judge, unlike the next case we're going to talk about, which is
Mr. Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yes. So
this was one right here, man.
So we talked about this like right before we left, right? Like right before we we jumped off.
I told you I had a feeling. I told you I had a feeling that
it just looked like this guy's getting off, and like even if he doesn't get off, he's gonna get like a very like low penalty because the judge, I'm pretty sure the judge like invited him to like Thanksgiving dinner. Like pretty sure that happened, right? Give him a nice little pat on the back because it says, "Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service." I mean, yeah. So we talked about this in like in a previous episode, right, where the judge limited what the prosecution could say, limited what could be played, like limited some of the evidence, right? They actually had a jury there that had to be dismissed because they made a joke about another shooting that happened in was in Minnesota as well. Jacob Blake.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just nuts that that case is just it's crazy how that still happens. And like what frustrates me the most about this too is that so the second like he got off, like all these right wing like politicians and media like just wanted to, he's like their hero. He's their hero, right? And
as far as gun rights is concerned, yeah.
Well, he's their hero, period, right? In the sense that, and I'm like, what has he done to be your hero? Right? Because his case was self-defense. Right?
He defended himself against the
what's the hero achievement? Like Ted Nugent's like, yeah, the boy did good. Did good at what? Exactly. Right? Defending himself? Like, do you celebrate people who defend themselves like that? Like the fact what they're celebrating this kid for is for shooting Black Lives Matter protesters and getting away with it. That's why he's being celebrated, right? That's why they're patting him on the back, right? Because he got to shot some Black Lives Matter protesters, like they kind of talk about, which I'm sure they talk about in private, right? And he got away with it. That's why he's being celebrated, and it's so amazingly frustrating.
So here's my thing. It was obviously a bad decision for this kid to leave his house with a gun and go somewhere that he had no business being, and to call himself, defending the town or whatever, right?
Yeah.
However, as I listened to the witnesses and listened to the examinations, one, I do believe that the prosecution kind of fumbled this a little bit. Two, when you hear kind of like the recount of what happened, they were waving a gun at this kid, right? So
who was waving a gun at the kid?
One or a couple, at least one of the guys that he shot.
Yeah.
Pointed his gun at the kid.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, if I have a gun and you have a gun and you pointed at me and you're being aggressive, I just might pull a trigger, right? Yeah. I don't want to die. If it's between me or you, guess what?
Yeah.
I choose
well, what about
you.
The other guy that assaulted you with a skateboard?
So that's where, we've gotten to a point where generally, I mean, people are afraid to get beat up at this point, right? People will literally defend you having a gun to defend yourself so that you don't get beat up by a supposedly bigger or more aggressive opponent.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you gotta take the L, right?
Yeah.
Just like my man in that's like the father in Friday said.
Yep.
You win some, you lose some, but you get to come back another day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, you're coming up and you're being aggressive with somebody who has a freaking AR-15. And obviously there's a sense of entitlement with this kid, right? You have to have some sense of entitlement to think that you basically become a vigilante.
Yeah.
Right? And you take your gun, you go out there and you call yourself defending something and you get caught up or whatever. So, I mean, from that standpoint, and from the fact that the prosecution kind of, in my opinion, kind of fumbled things a little bit, I knew the kid was going to get out. But the thing is that, okay, so you didn't charge him with murder or whatever. They tried to get him with murder. What about all the lesser charges like this kid could have gotten, right? I mean,
like gun possession, right? So like legal.
I mean, it was a whole.
The judge like threw one of the gun possession charges out because he said the Wisconsin law was poorly like written, which is such a what?
Bullshit. So in my opinion, like he could have been guilty for a litany of lesser gun charges. I mean, just but we've got an issue with guns in this country, dog. Like
we do. We absolutely do.
And I think people have taken and that's maybe something that we have to talk about too. Is just like the Second Amendment in general.
We had a conversation about this. We can definitely revisit.
I feel like we're gonna have to revisit just just reading the Second Amendment, because it talks about the right to bear arms. But I feel like there's more to it, because I feel like it's more where it's just talking about, yes, you have a right to bear arms as far as like defending your home, your property.
Yeah.
Not walking around like this is like the freaking
No, you gotta understand. So this is the Second Amendment was written over freaking 200 years ago, right? During a different time. Like they didn't have semi-automatic or weapons at the time, right?
Yeah, single shot.
Yeah. Like duels were a thing at that time, were like gentlemen's duels. Like remember Alexander Hamilton actually was killed in a gentleman's duel, and his son was, right?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Those are actual things. So like that was the era. And like the Second Amendment also mentions like a well-regulated army, right?
Right.
So I mean, like how literal do you want to take the Second Amendment in this, right?
That's the question.
Yeah.
That's the question that has to be asked.
Yeah, and the Third Amendment also talks about like, a soldier doesn't have the right to like possess like someone's home or some crap like that. Like does that happen like in today's world? Like no. So like these Second Amendment like nutheads are like, let's have a discussion. We'll have a totally separate discussion.
We're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to dive into that a little bit, because I really want to talk. I really want to see what my personal, what my interpretation of that amendment would be.
I mean, I definitely agree with someone doing what they can to protect themselves and their family, right? If you feel a gun does that, by all means, I'm not anti that at all. But there's a difference between like that and open carry, right? And, like
so I'm just gonna read. I'm just gonna read Amendment 2 real quick. This is all it says. I'm on the constituteproject.org.
Yeah.
So this is the text of the Constitution. Amendment 2. A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's talking about be us people being able to keep a militia when necessary. But we
It's
can get
also
into that
more to
later.
it than that, right? Arms goes to like, so I mean, I've had this discussion many times. When you say right to bear arms, that's more than just guns. That can be missiles and tanks and all sorts of shit, right? Like it's like that's what it's an armament. It's an armament, right? Right to bear arms is an armament, right? Those are weapons. So, like, again, how literal do you want to take the Second Amendment, right? Do you want to take it at its very literal form, the thing that was written 200 years ago by people that did gentlemen's duels and freaking got themselves shot and killed?
Well,
Or do
that's
you want to
always the
like,
debate.
yeah, or do you want to like bring it to like the 21st like century and like, okay, definitely have your right to like keep a gun, but there's a difference between that and like a fully automatic, like, scatter shot freaking, weapon, right?
Yeah.
I mean, do you really need the AK-47 to defend yourself? Like, I mean, it's
So that's the
like
question,
an
right?
AR-15. So
I mean, there's definitely a lot to it. Like,
yeah,
if you're, in my opinion, like if you're not an officer of the law, if you're not in the National Guard, if you're not a soldier of some sort or
yeah,
whatever, what on earth are you doing with automatic weapons?
yeah.
Right? Why? So, well, yeah, I feel like that might be something
Yeah, we can talk
that
about that.
we'll have to dive into for
Yeah,
sure.
I do want to get into a little bit other discussion. So during the Kyle Rittenhouse case, so since he got off, this kind of brought to light another case. Her name is Crystal Kizer, right?
Oh, I was going to say something about that. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
So she was arrested at age 17, right?
My
And
God.
she murdered, like, she was a trafficking victim, right? Um, so like she murdered her sex trafficker, and she was charged with murder, right? And it's been brought up a few times, right? She hasn't officially gone to trial yet, and I think
Facing life.
she's facing life if convicted, right? There's no trial date set for this, right? Um, and if she, if Kyle Rittenhauser got off on self-defense, right, then she should definitely get off on self-defense, like for sure,
She's
right?
being sexually violated and kept prisoner.
Yeah,
And physically abused. I mean, I'm sure she suffered untold
yeah.
travesties. I mean,
I mean, that's the self-defense we're talking about there, right? So, it's crazy. All right, so just reading like her case. So Crystal Kisser was arrested at age 17 for alleged murder of Randall Phillip Voller III. During her arrest, she claimed Voller was her sexual trafficker. On June 5th, 2018, she shot him twice, set his house on fire, then stole his car. Talk about like someone who's like really like just traumatized, right? She was arrested and incarcerated in Kenosha County, a detention facility to await trial. Kenosha County prosecutors charged her with first-degree intentional homicide, use of a dangerous weapon, and 4 other felonies. They contend the murder was premeditated. If convicted, she could face mandatory life sentence in prison. I read a little bit more about this, and they were able to. I think she's out on. Yeah, community activist posted a $400,000 bond, and she was released in June 2020. There's no trial date set, right? And this case has now been renewed because of like the Kyle Rittenhouse case, right? If he gets off,
yeah. If he
self-defense,
can make up his mind to grab his gun, run out here and play Punisher in the
yeah,
streets, uh, and end up shoot 3 people because he got scared,
yeah,
which is essentially what it was, but say and claim self-defense. Why does this woman who had to suffer God knows what at the hands of God knows who
yeah,
not get to defend herself, right? But it would be an interesting case to hear out for sure, because it's definitely not going to be cut and dry, because you have to wonder, what I guess they're going to talk about, like when you say you're defending yourself, I wonder how they're going to define it, right? Because if let's say we're out, let's say I'm out,
Mm-hmm.
and you come and attack me, and I have a gun, and I feel my life is threatened, and I shoot you, right? Boom, I defended myself. Okay. But let's say then that you're keeping me prisoner somewhere. I find a way to escape, or I find a way to escape. I find a weapon and kill you. Is that still defending myself, or is that like I planned to do this and took revenge on you? You know what I mean? You have to. I feel like I'll be curious to see like what the situation was and how it all played out too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not that I think that she deserves to be, to go to jail. I mean, I think that she had to get out. She probably, I mean, it was probably just she probably almost got caught and ended up like killing a guy or whatever. But it's crazy.
Well, I mean, if like the way I see it is like if that guy can get off, she should get off. I would point out this too. Her case is still like kind of in like limbo, right? Kyle Rittenhouse's case was that happened last year, right? And a year later he's acquitted, right? So
yeah, how long has her situation been going on?
So again, she was arrested June 18th, 2018. I mean June 5th.
See, that's what I don't like now. So this woman, this happened since 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, if Kyle Rittenhouse hadn't done his dirt, this woman probably just, nobody even cares. She just rots in jail. Nothing.
Well, no, she's not in jail because she got out last year, right? They raised a lot of money, like $400,000 to get her off. But like, she doesn't like. If it wasn't for Kyle Rittenhouse, there wouldn't be such focus on her, right? And her case is still not resolved.
Yeah.
So, you told me to hold on a sec.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, that's what I heard. It's like, man, you just tell me to hold on a sec right now. Shit, man, freaking
no.
live.
What are you talking about?
Fucking live right now.
Dude.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, I wanted to mention her a little bit.
Man, yeah, prayers out to her, man, for sure. Like, I hope she makes it out, man, because this is, I mean, it's just wrong. It's just wrong.
It is definitely just wrong. And I definitely hope that I definitely wish the best for her.
You just see the difference, like what we have to go through to get like some public sentiment for something that happens, whereas what a kid like Kyle Rittenhouse goes through is like, oh, I'm a victim, and then he was defending himself.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the people that are like on his like so I forgot.
One more thing too.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you with this too. Did you hear? I think he had applied to the University of Arizona.
Oh, there are a couple. Yeah. Okay, go for it. Yeah.
So when the decision came out, the students signed a petition to get them to like drop his application. I was like, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
He also said that he destroyed his AR-15. On one of his,
nobody cares. Shut up.
He destroyed his AR-15. He actually fired one of his attorneys because he was like a crazy right-wing Trump supporting like guy, like QAnon supporter, and was like, yeah, he doesn't want to be involved in that. I think that's the kind of difference between like this case and the Ahmad Arbery case. Is that he was like, I've seen him speak a couple of times on TV, and he's just obviously very well coached, right?
You saw those tears in the courtroom?
Yeah,
did you see
very
that?
well coached. Very well coached.
Crying on command.
Yeah, I know, right? It's ridiculous, but yeah, no. So that's that. Oh, so but Lauren Beaubert and I forgot the other guy from Florida's name. Wanted to hire him as like a White House intern.
Just like that.
Yeah, because he got away with killing protesters. So he also said he supports Black Lives
Black
Matter.
Lives Matter.
He said
I was
that,
like, man, shut your bitch ass
but
up.
only for peaceful protests. I'm like, dude, just
It would have been peaceful if you weren't out there.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I mean, this guy.
Only if it's peaceful, bruh.
Yeah. This is someone who just kind of got into all the nonsense, and was just upset. So, all right. Speaking of like Lauren Beaubert, and so she got in some trouble recently. I don't know if you heard this story.
I had not. I had when you sent me this text about but with these two names, I was like, what the hell are you talking about? So please enlighten me.
Oh, you don't know? You don't know what happened? Okay.
I'm totally in the dark.
Okay. Wow. You just let me just like suggest a topic. You're like, fuck it, let's talk about it. Okay. No, so Lauren Berber is one of those like kind of, so she's a representative from Colorado, right? She's kind of one of those right wing like nut jobs, Trump supporter, like always talking about how she's Second Amendment. I think she attended a Zoom call with like AR-15 like in her background because of course you would. Why not? I guess. Anyway, so she said she made an incredibly racist joke about Ilhan Omar, right? So Ilhan Omar is Minnesota representative, right? So Beaubert said like during like a meeting, like she was making a joke about Ilhan, like when she saw, I'm not sure if it's about January 6th or whatever. But she said when she saw the police like coming at her, she thought that she looked at Ilhan Omar, right? And she said, "Oh, looks like Ilhan Omar doesn't have a backpack, so I guess we're good, right?" Like kind of insinuating because she's a Muslim,
Wow.
right?
They got nerve.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She told the story like multiple times, right? So Ilhan was not happy with this, as you can say, right?
No.
Called her like a clown and whatnot. Lauren Boebert said she called her to apologize, and she apologized for like the kind of most like annoying apology. She's first talked about how I'm a Christian woman, not to offend someone by like.
Oh my goodness gracious!
I feel like that's the Karen Bible right there. You start that sentence with like that.
I'm just trying to be a Christian.
Good
uphold my Christian values.
Yeah.
And
so it's nuts that that's happened. But so she comes up with this apology that's not an apology. She goes like, I'm sorry anyone was offended, which like isn't an apology, right? Because you didn't apologize for what you said.
Sorry you were offended. Not I'm sorry for what I said. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry about what I said. I'm sorry I offended you with what I said. What?
Yeah. So I mean, I think one of the newspapers like apologized for like this woman's an embarrassment when she just gets off, just her and like some of this other like just right wing, extremely Trump supporting right wing Republicans just get up by just saying dumb shit like all the time. So it's just super frustrating as someone who's a Muslim, right? To kind of just kind of see this happening, right? And after like her apology, she apparently talked to Ian on the phone, and then she made a video about her apology, right? And she was saying, "Oh, I apologize, and like I'm a good Christian woman, and I mean I made a public apology, but Ilhan Omar should apologize to American people for being anti-American." Just typical like just BS, right?
How is she anti-American?
They always make her as like anti-American. They always been trying to paint her as anti-Semitic and anti-American because she's a Muslim, right? A Muslim woman, right? That's always been like out against. Like every time she speaks up for Palestine against Israel, they're like, "Oh, you're anti-Semitic," right? Which is total bullshit. But what was I gonna say? So when she made like a public that she made a video saying that that she apologized and that Eon should apologize to American people. Just kind of that super defensive. Eon got like death threats, right? From obviously like Lauren Beaubert like supporters, right?
Yeah.
And she made one of those death threats during like a press conference, right? And like when the insurrection happened, right? Ilhan Omar was like taken to like a separate um like underground facility or like was protected separately, like for that's normally used for like senior congressmen and congresswomen, right? Just that just shows us the level of threats that's levied against her, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just people kind of just saying what they want and not taking accountability for it, right? Like when Trump said free Michigan and then a bunch of like idiotic freaking right-wing militia tried to freaking kidnap the governor, or the Kyle Rittenhouse case, right?
Yep.
Like, oh, I'm gonna go protect these stores that I don't know because I'm for freedom and whatever, right? It's just annoying, like how they kind of let this like happen. So yeah, it's just annoying. It's crazy.
Man,
Yeah, I wanted to
well,
kind of
yeah. No, I appreciate that, man. That was enlightening. I had no idea.
yeah.
There's just so much of this type of stuff going on, man. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I did not know we were going to get through all of our topics. One more topic left. Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, baby.
I didn't do a lot of research as much as I should have. Like I normally during the when we do some of these MCU movies, there's so much like stuff around there that I take notes and like read off like this is what this means, what this means, what this means. Didn't do any of that. So we'll wing it for just a little bit. New Hawkeye series. I watched the first two episodes. I think the third one's out. I haven't watched the third
The
one
third
yet.
one, oh, thank God. I'm glad you said it. I have not watched the third episode yet.
Yeah.
No spoilers, please.
Yeah, I have not watched it yet. I mean, I just haven't had time, so I'll probably watch it like after we get out. We're done today. But yeah. So, random thoughts. What do you think? You were saying that Kate Bishop was like Hawkeye's son. I was like, that's just not right. That ain't right. And she is.
Well, his daughter. I thought it was going to be the daughter. I mean, the man has a daughter.
Yeah, he does.
Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Could have been a daughter from a previous relationship. I mean, God knows. You know what I'm saying? But so first episode, I was a little underwhelmed.
Really?
Not gonna lie. I had to go back and rewatch it. And I think it was just because, sometimes when I watch some of these shows, I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes I have to watch them more than once because by the time I watch it, I'm tired. Yeah. Right. I'm not really paying attention. I'm just like da da da. So I'm watching the first episode, and I like how it started out. You know what I mean? Like she's in, the events of 2012. She's inspired by Hawkeye's be doing what he does, and she's like, I want a bow and arrow. I want to be an archer. I was like, okay. And then I felt like I must have missed something because I see her. She's become like a great archer. But then all of a sudden she's fighting like a gang of thugs or whatever. I'm like, what?
Well, okay, you missed the part where she was like, like took judo and all that stuff, right? That montage.
Well, they didn't show that. That was just in the introduction of the show, right? So if you're up making a drink during the introduction or getting you some popcorn during the introduction, then you have no idea that she's trained and like got all these amazing skills. So like I'm watching the show and I'm just like,
well, I feel like they I feel like they tried to like show that. Usually when I watch these like shows, I try to like just find a quiet place and make sure it's uninterrupted. But like they show like I think in one of the like at the beginning she was like, "Oh, I'll have another medal for like the case or whatever," right? Because she has so many cases of like.
Just they were archery medals, like, right?
Oh, not archery, but she took she took like fighting. So she took fencing. She was a good fencer.
Again, that was all in the montage, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you did.
The montage.
You did see some of the trophies. Like again, I had to go back and watch it again, so I did see some of the trophies and stuff, right? And then it was like she gets the Ronin costume. The first episode she got the Ronin costume, right?
Yes.
So I thought that was a little random because I was like,
That was kind of random.
If Hawkeye was Ronin, right? Why would you just leave your costume somewhere for the shit to be found somewhere?
Well, so
like if you don't want to be Ronin, burn it up, right? Like why would you just like leave this shit?
They talked about that in the show though, right? Because she had what was it? I have by the way, I have this stupid weird like studio filter that's been annoying the hell out of me. Like watch if I like touch like I do this. Like I have a studio filter like a beard.
Wait, did you wait.
Totally red.
Wait a minute. Did you just add CGI to your mustache?
I didn't add CGI, it was automatically added. I don't know why this is doing it on its own. So excuse me. Like it's been bothering me for a little bit. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Why is like my beard being all weird right now? I was like, why is this adding this shit to like my
gosh.
So yeah, let me turn this shit off. I was trying to quietly like, kind of investigate like what's going on. So apparently I had like this effect of like, look at it. Look, this is my beard without it, and then this is on it. Like it's a little bit more fuller now.
This is my beard. This is my beard on drugs.
Oh my god. Yeah.
This fool added CGI to his face. I'm done. I'm done.
Get out of here. Okay, so that's done. Finally. Yeah,
this is probably going to go viral just for that. Thank you. Thank you for your sacrifice.
I appreciate it. I sacrifice a lot for the show. Sacrifice everything.
My God.
No.
Yeah. So I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all because all of a sudden the joint shows up in the auction.
They talked about that, right? Because apparently they asked like he asked her like where did you get the suit from? She's like from black dealership auction, right? So apparently it was left there after like the Avengers like facility was destroyed in like New York, right?
No.
That's what they said.
They said no. It was. I thought it was. They had something else from the Avengers facility. Not what was it? Because they talked about the Avengers facility being blown up. And they had some stuff from. I might have to go watch it again.
Go watch it again. I'm pretty sure I'm right here.
I have to go watch it again.
I'm pretty sure I'm right here. Like it was left in the Avengers facility, and you can tell after like Spider-Man: Homecoming, there is like a business for this, right? Where people are kind of taking
they're picking up like artifacts from Avengers battles.
From Avengers fights, whatever, right? So there is kind of like a thing for that, right? So that's where you got.
But still, okay. Again, I'm Hawkeye. I'm an Avenger, and yet, because Black Widow dies, I then go rogue, and I become Ronin. Okay.
No, that's not how that worked. No.
Well, okay, not because she died, but after what was it? It was the Infinity Wars.
It was after the snap.
After the snap, she still died, but that was still part of the reason why he did it. It was still after the snap.
No. So this is where Ronin came up with. So after the snap, right at the beginning of Endgame, it showed him like bringing with his family, and then it showed his family like disappearing, right? And then that's when he was like in Japan, right?
He just snapped it. Okay.
And that's when Black Widow showed up. It's like, what are you doing here? Don't give me hope.
Okay. So even still, fine. I was wrong about that, but still.
Okay.
I have an identity I don't want anybody else to know about. You're telling me this dude took gear from said identity back to the Avengers facility. I was like, dude, if you wanted to be a secret, Get
But
rid
they
of
knew
it.
who he
Trash it.
was.
Burn it.
The Avengers
You know
knew
what
who
I'm
he
saying?
was, though.
I don't think everybody knew. I think Black Widow knew because she
Okay,
knew
no,
him.
Black Widow knew, Rhodey knew, right? So remember in that conversation with Black Widow, Rhodey, what's her face, Captain Marvel, Nebula, and Rocket, right? So when Captain Marvel, Nebula, Rocket like left the call, Rhodey kind of showed up and was like this guy like murdered a bunch of like federales in Mexico, right? What this guy is doing is crazy, right? And they were talking about Hawkeye. They knew it was him.
True. Okay. All right.
So
Maybe. Okay.
I don't know if the underworld knew if it was him. Like they didn't make that distinction between like Hawkeye and the show, but the Avengers knew who he was, right? So
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense because she went to go pick him up in his like Ronin costume. So of course he's gonna jump in his Ronin costume and like bring it back to the Avengers facility, which gets destroyed by Thanos. So I think it checks out.
Okay.
Think
Okay,
about it.
I might give you that. I might think about that a little bit more, but
Yeah.
okay, that was one thing. I was like, this is dumb. But you know, so when we got to the second episode, then and things started to get fleshed out a little bit. Then I was like, okay, like I might be able to get into this one. And for me, I'm thinking aside from was it the Falcon show, Falcon and Winter Soldier show. These shows have usually taken a little while for me to get into because you know how I felt about Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. Oh God, I think everybody felt that about Scarlet Witch. Like everyone was like, "What the?
This is hot garbage."
You hung in there though. About episode 4, episode 5, I was like, "Oh, okay."
I said if I've been watching. If I'm still watching, I think at the time I was still watching Supergirl. Yeah. I can continue watching Scarlet because Supergirl and some of your other shows, I stopped watching Legends of Tomorrow. That is straight crap. You talking about, I complain about Marvel trying too hard to be funny.
Yeah.
Legends of Tomorrow has gone way far beyond. That is so corny.
It's sad funny. Because they have decent shows like DC, right? I don't know why they.
The Flash is the best. I know we're getting off topic, but The Flash is the best show, has been the best show. But this is the thing about The Flash now. Every episode is the exact same. Every episode is the exact same. Let me tell you how the Flash episode starts out. The Flash team is happy in Star Labs. La 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 la. It's a beautiful day. The Flash gets an alarm, has to run out and save somebody. Oh, the Flash is so fast and powerful. He's amazing. He comes back. Everything is great. Something else will happen in the show, and the plot point will be that some member of the Flash team messes up. And so that person will then have to have a pep talk. Oh, so then the entire episode becomes a series of pep talks. Oh, I'm no good. I really messed up. And somebody will come and say, hey, it's okay. You're a good person. Hey, thanks, teammate. That made me feel better. And then we'll skip to another story point. I'm such a horrible person. I'm a failure. It's okay. You'll be all right. That is a Flash TV show at this point. But anyway, I digress.
We actually have a couple messages asking, did we watch Loki? We did watch Loki. Loki is that show.
Yes. Loki was that shit. Yes.
It was great.
What did we say? How do we rank it? I said, Falcon, Winter Soldier. I said, Loki, Falcon, Winter Soldier, and then Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
So I have to finish watching Hawkeye and figure out where I'm going to put Hawkeye. Yeah. Right now, I'm feeling like it's going to be above Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, so wait, how did you rank it? You said it was Loki, Scarlet Witch. And then
Loki, Winter Soldier, Falcon, Winter Soldier, then Scarlet Witch.
Really? I thought you had Scarlet Witch before Falcon, Winter Soldier. So
absolutely not. No.
I thought it it's a pretty decent show. I mean,
I'm not
like,
saying it's not a good. I'm not saying like I
yeah,
love the show after episode 4, right?
yeah,
Once I realized what the hell was going on, but
yeah,
but um but I for me Falcon and Winter Soldier I thought was great, even though it was more like straightforward action,
yeah,
yada yada yada. But the messaging in there I thought was great.
yeah, yeah. No, Falcon and Winter Soldier was closest to me, or close to us, right? As you know,
Yeah,
like kind of how we live our life and what we've had to go through, right? So yeah, but I'll definitely say Loki's probably one of the best series. And I thought so. We'll see how. Let's get back to like our topic, which is and we'll do a more in-depth analysis in Hawkeye like next time. This is just kind of this like kind of shooting.
yeah.
Yeah, I know we have like a hard stop at like 9:32. So yeah, no, I mean so far I'm not in love with the series. I kind of like the take a little bit of like Hawkeye. It's kind of it's a seasonal move. It's a seasonal series, right? It's like got a fun little seasonal series. I thought
I think this is a mini series. This is just a limited.
it's a mini series,
Yeah.
a seasonal mini series, right? I thought if you want to complain about something, I thought like Hawkeye finding his suit in like the LARPing competition was like very far fetched. He's like, so literally what happened was he goes to like the place where the fire was, right? Like he doesn't see his suit, closes like the freaking fire station, sees like a LARPing thing, and just puts two and two together. It's like, oh,
That was super random.
it was
Super
so random.
Super random. However, I thought that scene, that part of the show was hilarious. Like I was tripping out. I thought that was hilarious because he's just walking through like dead.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's a trained fighter.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. So no, he's definitely a trained fighter. So I mean, it's weird. One thing I thought was interesting though is like so I forgot the guy's name. It's like Cripps or something. The fireman who took his suit. He's in the comics, by the way. That fireman who took his suit.
Really?
Yeah, he's in the comics. That's why I want to do a more in-depth analysis on like Hawkeye because there's a lot of like little innuendo stuff that's there. Like the guy who Kate Bishop fought in a sword fight, like in fencing. Like he's obviously a really good fencer, like a very, very good fencer.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's actually in the comics too. He's in the comics, he's her like mentor. Right?
Oh, okay.
His way in the Avengers. So there's a lot of things.
I liked his character.
His character's pretty good. Obviously, like his mom is kind of a bad guy, right? Like in the beginning of the series, like when like the Achari was attacking and like they were talking about selling the place, and she's like, an answer's not gonna fall from the sky, and then the Achari like attack. And then her dad ends up dead, and it's like, so it's some sketch shit with her mom, right?
It kind of did.
Yeah. So
the answer did fall from the sky.
Yeah, answer did fall from the sky. So yeah, we'll do a very, very in-depth analysis of the. I'm interested to see where it goes, right? Yeah. Like I like Haley Steinfeld. I think she's a great actress. I think the woman who plays her mom won an Oscar.
I like her. She was in that movie. She was in that movie with George Clooney.
Up in the Air.
Thank you. I like that movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah, she won an Oscar for that movie.
Yeah, she did a really good job. Really good job. That was a really good movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
So I'll be honest. Like those are the type of movies. I know this is bad, but when I go to the movie theater, like I'm usually looking for some action, or some comedy, right? Those types of movies for me are generally ones I like to watch at home, right? Because they're a little more intimate type films, which is I feel like it's kind of bad to say because I mean they don't. That just kind of those are the types of movies that don't make a lot in the theater, so it might be harder to get them out. But I mean
it's a little budget.
For me
lower budget.
For me the theater is just a place where I can get my explosions and then
Yeah, no, that's a good point. There are movies for theaters for the theater, right?
Yeah,
So I was talking to someone the other day about like Avatar. Like that's
I
a
mean,
movie you see in the theater, right?
for sure.
3D, everything, like the
Yeah,
works.
4D.
Yeah, 4D, like the works, everything.
Yeah.
Like you won't get like out of it watching it from home. So yeah. Um, but yeah, no, we'll talk more about Hawkeye. I can't wait to like really like get into a lot of like the details of it. So this is probably like my niece calling me right now. So funny.
Oh.
Yeah. So
That's what's up. Hold on, before we go, when does the Matrix movie come out?
great question. I think the 17th or the 22nd.
All right.
Let me look it up right now.
We have to do a review on that. I'll be rewatching the entire movie series. Must absolutely positively devote an episode to that.
22nd, the December 22nd.
All right.
So
Yeah. The Matrix special.
Yeah,
And there's a new
that.
game coming out. There's a new game coming out too.
Yeah.
I think it's called The Matrix Awakens.
Yes. It is.
PlayStation 5.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, can't wait. Again, for those who don't know, Matrix is my absolute favorite movie franchise of all time.
It's a lot of people's favorite movie franchise of all time. So this is my like niece and nephew just calling me. All of the place. So
hi, Uncle Steve.
yeah. Well, they call me Uncle Wale.
Uncle Wale.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, no, well, that's the episode. We actually had somebody was like kind of talking about, did you guys watch Loki? And he says, yeah, Loki's awesome. He goes, no, I'm here for the beard on drugs. I'm like, what is this?
He got my joke. Thank you, viewer. He got my joke.
What was your joke?
When I was like, this is my beard. This is my beard on drugs.
Oh. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Good stuff. We also got somebody from Russia. Like Vask Tech. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, what's up?
We're getting viewers. Thank you guys for watching.
Be on the lookout for the She-Hulk series and Miss Marvel. I think Miss Marvel might end up being a little corny. I don't know.
We'll see.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Oh, by the way, the guy said I got you, bro. So yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Sorry, my niece and nephew is just calling me up a storm right now, so I need to kind of respond.
All right, somebody's important. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We will be back posting more episodes on a regular basis. You know how it is. Life gets in the way, man. So
okay,
join us next week.
All right. See you guys.